go straight. We're going to talk about dream scenarios, dream cases. Might as well say dream angels. Come on with it.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Or should I say I am? Mama said that there'll be days literally just like this. Cowboys targets at number 12 and number 20 overall. Come on, baby. Let's get it. And as the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All right. Dream scenarios. First and foremost, before we go into further details of everything, I just want to say that when you have the difference of opinion, it doesn't mean that you have beef, right? So many people took what I said with these styles and by having a second round grade on them. We do know that there's truly about 15 to 16 true first round grades. But when we start to say, hey, man, I got a second round grade on Sonny Styles, and people start calling in and they echo the same thing, I'm a very big, firm believer of group thinking. I think group thinking is basically a crazy thing that most Cowboys fans fall into, group thinking, and not being able to look at the full picture when we say these type of things. So what I'm getting at is, if Styles is there at 12, don't fall into the mindset of thinking group thinking. Like, hey, X, Y, and Z got him at a second round. We shouldn't even get him at the 12th spot. No. We've been having issues at linebacker, not for a short time, but for a long time. And if we want to get out of that race of being mediocre, especially in the middle of the field, get you a linebacker, right? Get you a linebacker, put in the middle of the field. And I'm not saying that it got to ultimately be Styles, but what I want to say is basically have a mindset for yourself, right? Look at tape for yourself. Don't always listen to someone and say, okay, they right. And only they right? Use your own mind. But with that being said, Cowboy Nation, the name is Law Nation without hesitations nor deviations. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, I'm going to say this again. Let me take my glasses off so you can see me in my eye. I'm going to say this again. Just because someone has a different of an opinion doesn't mean that got to ultimately equates beef, right? That's just for what it is, Cowboys Nation. But a lot of people took what I said yesterday as a negative connotation, and I'm just trying to figure out where is it, where is it? Because I really believe this, we don't draft to compliment, we draft to replace. Nobody called him. Listen. So that put more and more leverage back on the Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still
Ain't nobody calling for
Yeah.
Pickens.
Ain't
They let
nobody.
it out the hat. They said nobody calling for him.
calling me, texting me,
Listen properly.
paging me, asking me, am I still the boy?
And we look at the wide receivers.
Hey, I'm still the boys.
If,
gonna let the
and
room
I'm using
fill
this
up.
word correctly.
Oh,
If
them boys.
Tate is gone, Lemon is gone, Tyson is gone, Cooper is gone, Concepcion is gone, maybe Boston to a degree, and teams thinking that, hey, we are one wide receiver away, then they can pick up the phone and call the Cowboys. But to play with the Cowboys, if they want to stick it to David Mulugeta and they make it about that versus trying to win, what the Cowboys would do, remember, we don't draft to complement players. We draft to replace. That's a mindset. All right, so yes, Toxic Tom, I appreciate you. I'm glad that you put that down there. You draft to replace, period. That's the league thing. Free agency is used to complement. Granted, you are right with that. And I think that with more context, I need to explain better, right? The Cowboys, yes, you do ultimately draft to replace, but ultimately you do also draft to complement. The complementary piece of Michael Parsons should have been the moment you moved him out of that linebacker spot, there's a hole there, right? So you never replenished that hole that you took from that position and you moved him to edge rush. The Cowboys have to have the know-how or the wherewithal to make sure that if they're going to insert somebody in the interior, that they got to find someone to complement Parsons. And I don't think that the Cowboys did a great job at that. And on top of that, I don't think overall that the Cowboys through the course of the years been doing a great job of absolutely complimenting their players, especially when it's time to draft. For example, we know for sure that a running game needs to have an offensive line game, right? Offensive line game need to have a quarterback. A quarterback need to have wide receivers. The Cowboys, for many a moons, they don't do that job correctly. On top of that, when you look at the team overall, I think that we get named of being, hey, we're this great drafting team. But I don't think that we draft with a plan, a precise precision on how we built this team. We only draft with the mindset, hey, I see a guy that's falling off, let me just go ahead and replace that instead of just building onto it. And it could be, Toxic Tom, to this degree, that the Cowboys ultimately, hear me out, look at only the draft and how they built their team. We build through the draft, right? And when they do those type of things, they're never on the same page. Unfortunately, that's just from what I can see from this aspect of it. So going into the 2026 season, if we're going to go into this particular round, if we're going to go with the 12th and the 20th pick, let's make sure that we drafting guys that can fit right on in this system, this philosophy, that can absolutely help. I get it, the whole notion and the connotation of even when you look at Javonte Williams. He's not a spring chicken. They just paid him $8 million APY, right? The kicker getting $1 million less than him, right? So the Cowboys better figure out a way to figure that out too, to complement him. Let's not just run him to the ground and then say, oh, let's go draft again. I think that that's where we need to have our strongest strengths. And the results show, too, Law, clearly it isn't working. You're right, Toxic Tom. It's definitely not working. So when we talk about the flaws or the issues with the Cowboys, it's not a shot. I'm not trying to take a shot at the front office, but damn it, somebody got to at this point, right? We going into a year whereas we don't know who Overshown is, basically. This is a contract year for him. We going into a season whereas we don't know who Mears Leofile is. He's been here for 2 years, and it's still we don't know. We going into a season Whereas now you got your safeties, Malik Hooker. Yes, he's a veteran guy on this team. And you got P.J. Locke. You got Jalen Thompson. All right, so how do we complement these guys now? Is it pass rush? Is it a situation where you throw in another player like what they do? Is it Caleb Downs? Is it Dylan? So those are things that we have to look at. Yes, indeed. You won't, Law, but I will. I can't stay in the front office. Yes, indeed. DP, I feel you. We all can't stay in the front office, right? But I just saying that I don't want to take a personal shot at them. But damn, sometimes I do, right? And that's just how the flow of things goes. But this is what Adam Schefter was saying just yesterday. Let's listen to this.
Shefty, what about the Cowboys picking at 12, one of Jerry's first of 2 picks in the first round?
Everybody keeps talking about the Dallas Cowboys moving up. Now, my understanding is that they don't want to give away their second first-round pick, number 20, to do it. And I don't think they pick in the second round either. So they've got some unresolved issues. Now, I know that the defensive needs are immense. And in a perfect world, somehow in this draft, they find a way to get to Sonny Styles. But the other player that I think would appeal to them, if he managed to slide a little bit, would be Aubrey Reese. So let's keep our eyes on Dallas, figuring out a way to get up the board for Styles or Reese.
For Styles or Reese. This draft, I'm going to say again, we got too many holes on the team. We didn't do enough movement as far as solidifying or filling in those holes at linebacker, right? Or to a degree at edge rusher. And safety, we still need 3 levels of players. So the Cowboys, I behoove the Cowboys to figure that out too, right? We got to figure out how we can get things moving and grooving from that aspect. But let's listen to more what they had to say.
And let's see which defensive hole they decide to fill. And they've done a good job drafting. Probably do it again. But I do think there's some Jordan Tyson love there again as well. So we'll see where Dallas goes. The defensive needs are screaming out. Those are first and foremost. And I think in a dream scenario, somehow, some way, they find a way to get Styles or Reese.
All right. No doubt, now Styles or Reese. And then they're going to talk into some more. Royal says, why is a person never played sports have so much to say? Rule number 1, your opinion don't matters. We got to touch on that just a little bit. Right? There's a lot of people who never flown a plane, but when they feel turbulence, they know something is wrong, right? That doesn't mean you have to be a pilot to understand that the plane is about to crash. So that's the same thing with football. That's the same thing in life in general. You don't have to be a doctor, you know what I'm saying, to diagnose somebody that they got the common cold, right? You don't have to have a medical license and degrees. So when you hear those type of things, this person never played ball before, right? So, or this person, you should never listen to an overweight doctor, or you should never listen to people that's out of shape, that's talking about being in shape, right? If we start to make the world that way, then we'll forever be behind, right? Let's listen to the AI.
At Adam Garcia, $7,758, 19.99. If a good DB falls to 12, pick M. After that, I'm calling Miami at 20 and asking about Jordan Brooks.
Man,
teams are getting cold feet in the top 10 because there are some
questions about players' name, Downs or Love, in my opinion. Yes, indeed. So yeah. Toxic Tom, he says Bill Belichick never played in the NFL, 6 Super Bowls later, rings later. Yeah. Nick Saban. If you ever bump into Nick Saban, him and Cavante Turpin the same height, right? And there's nobody there will walk up to Nick Saban while he was coaching at Alabama saying, get your little out the way, you know what I'm saying? He will make the mighty, the tall fall down to their knees and cry because it's just for what it is, right? Shoot. So I get it. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, you got to play the sport in order to talk about it. No. One of the loudest people, and he's obnoxious, and I hate to bring his name up, Stephen A. Smith. I mean, come on, man. He talks and he talks and he talks, but never played football. But I get it, you know. But that's just for what it is. Appreciate you so much, Adam. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, indeed. Cowboys.
Shefty, what about the Cowboys picking at 12, one of Jerry's first of 2 picks in the first round?
Will it be any possibility that these picks could be on the offensive side of the ball, right? Because there could be a situation, a scenario that Stephen A. Smith averaged 1.5 yards in one game, and 1.5 points in one game. Yeah, that knee. And what was his guy? Where he at?
My turn. Told me it was my turn. It's my turn.
What was his average too? Yes, indeed. Shit. Tony Dungy was the soft-spoken man, people running through the wall for him. Yes. Yeah. So influences is the key, man. You know, we don't have to take the show off the rails of validations, right? And of course, accreditations and all of that. Look, we don't have to take the show off the rails for that, you know? Jeez. Validation, write this down. Regardless of whether or not you want to start content creation now or next week or in the future, regardless of it, whatever you do in life, write this down. Validation is only good for parking. Validation is only good for parking, right? Like I truly believe in the community. If we were to just scale and do size measures and all of this stuff, I mean, come on, man. We can have a meet and greet, and then we have an athleticism symposium, right? I'm quite sure that out of all or most of the people in the media space, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'm winning. I've been drinking my vitamin water, doing my push-ups, doing my sets of 225. I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? But I look. This is about the mind. This is about the mouthpiece of talking, right? So it is for what it is. I heard that we might take Rodriguez with the 20th pick. I would love that. You know, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Rodriguez is one of the dogs that I've been talking about here. And that was an excerpt that was talked about. A rumor has it that the Cowboys, and remember, we still in the Lion season. Rumor tells us that Texas Tech linebacker Jacob Rodriguez, San Diego State Chris Johnson are in play for the Cowboys with the 20th pick, according to Tony Pauline. So ideally, the team would like to trade down from the slot and pick either of those two. Now, these are ball game changer guys, right? I know for sure off the top, I think San Diego State, shout out to San Diego, Chris Johnson had 4 INTs last season. If you look at what Rodriguez do, man, I call him the Mexican Sean Lee in the middle of the field, forcing fumbles, picking the ball off, being able to accumulate all of those tackles, north of 130-something tackles in 12 games. I would take that to the bank. I like that in the middle of the field. What I don't want us to do is, if we don't get these guys, we don't. It's over with. Oh, my God, man. We didn't get Rodriguez or we didn't get Chris Johnson. You know, it's not that, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your head on a swivel and know that these guys are technically game changers to a degree that could help out this team. And if you add in the fact that you got CP on the other side, that could be a blessing to us, right? That's how I look at it. So before I go into other details, let's talk about this kicker, though. He did get a chance to speak with Kyle Yeomans. I want to be able to play that interview just quickly. Listen.
Still drying, but the deal is official. Brandon Aubrey signs a 4-year extension to remain in Dallas. And Brandon, these are exciting times for you and your family. First off, congratulations. What's going through your mind now after signing the biggest kicking contract in NFL history?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be home. Been here my whole life. It's a place that's special to me. My family, my wife's family is still here, so it was a priority to me to stay put. And I think this is a world-class organization. I think the world of them. So excited to be home and working for a place like this. It's a special place. To be the highest paid at a position means the world as well, because that just means people view me as a top player at my position. So just got to keep going, keep proving those people correct, and find a way to win a lot of games.
Find a way to win a lot of games. For those who don't know, Brandon Aubrey, shout out to JC Cowboy, man. Appreciate you, man, all what you do. Shout out to you with all of the fire. Be sure to support my brother for all of the draft content that he do, and as well as, man, being a pillar of the community, man. We really appreciate that. Here's what I got here on Brandon Aubrey. It's an extension, 4-year, $28 million, 5-year, $33.76 million dollars or what have you. 15 fully guaranteed, $5 million next March. So if y'all hit up Aubrey, if you see him at the grocery stores, if you see him downtown throughout Dallas, just say, hey, man, congratulations on this. You got me, right? You got me, right? You got me on pump 9, Brandon Aubrey. Hey, Brandon, you got me at register 6. I know you got me, you know. Yes, indeed. So if you bump into him, just make sure that he can at least buy you a sandwich or something. All right, so that's Brandon Aubrey.
And you mentioned the journey to get here and the hard work that went into becoming the highest paid kicker in the league. But could you have ever imagined that this was a possibility when your journey began with you and your wife, Jen, sitting on the couch saying, I could possibly do that one day?
No, this was not in the playbook for me. The whole idea was just find a roster, cling on to that position as long as possible. No, there's a lot of movement at the kicker position, so was just hoping to hold on to a job for however long I could. And I was just focused on making one kick at a time. And, you know, we've made enough kicks now that we're sitting here in this position, and it's exciting. Hopefully can keep that going, just make one kick at a time, and find a way now to win the Super Bowl, which is going to be the ultimate goal.
This isn't the only time you've made a media appearance this offseason, but you've been very vocal about wanting to stay in Dallas and wanting to be a Cowboy. What was this process like for you behind the scenes, finally leading up to this day?
Yeah, you know, it's a long process. You talk about extensions as soon as you're eligible. When you've been performing for I think it's been 3 years now at a top level, you want to get the deal done as fast as possible. But things as important as this take a lot of time. Takes a lot of, you got to explore every avenue that's available to you, because it's your future. My priority was to stay in Dallas. Obviously, it's my home.
If you're from Dallas,
I think I've made a lot of good connections here through the organization and on teammates. So I just, I feel comfortable. I feel at home. Don't want to take that for granted. Obviously, you can perform a little bit better when there's not so many stressors around your life. So I think being here helps to eliminate a lot of those stressors for me and my support systems here. So it was a big priority for me to be here. Been a Cowboys fan growing up too, so just means a little bit more to wear the star.
Now, ultimately, you're the one that's been performing on the field, but you mentioned that support system. Who deserves a lot of credit to get you to this point and ultimately sign the deal?
Yeah, there are so many people that deserve some amount of credit. The people that deserve the most credit got to be my wife, my parents, my kicking coach, a few people that would prefer to remain unnamed here on the staff, but there's just so many people. Obviously, you can't do this on your own. A lot of people will give you all the credit, but there's a mountain of people that have supported me to get here.
No doubt, man. That's Cal Yeomans and Brandon Aubrey. They only got a few pieces left on this video. Before we go a little bit further, please be sure to credit the video, go in and make a comment and this sort of thing, and I put the information in the chat area. My thoughts of it is that we will see. I'm very optimistic that he's going to be good for these next 4 to 5 years, kicking the football for us. and making these game-winning kicks or what have you. But if the game come down to multitudes of game that we rely on Brandon Aubrey foot, then we ain't that good of a team, right? I'm just being real with y'all. We need to be able – now, not saying that we don't need the kicker, but for $7 million, he better be making these kicks. Newsflash, we didn't want to pay Derrick Henry $7 million, you know, and I know times are different. And I know Derrick Henry went to the Ravens and didn't win it there, but it just goes to show you for context, you know. And I get it, you know, he's still on a rookie's contract, and I'm pulling up this. I do love these low-hanging fruit comparisons. Brandon Aubrey currently making more money than Jahmyr Gibbs, $4.4 million salary for Jahmyr, and then Brandon Aubrey under a $7 million thing. We're going to be looking at them kicks. We want him to be hitting them kicks. But now, guess what? The pressure is added to it, my brother. The pressure is added to it.
And it has turned into the 4-year, $28 million deal. Now, Brandon, what's next? What's the focal point now that the deal is in the rearview mirror? What's next for you?
Yeah, my next goal is to make my next kick. It's always going to be my goal is to make the next kick I have put in front of me. So whether that's an extra point or a 70-yard field goal, that's the goal.
No doubt. It's Brandon Aubrey. Now, my only reservations on Brandon is those kickoff returns. I know it's kind of weird ruling on whether or not that football can be inbound or and it's, I think they start you at the 35. There was some kicks last year. We was like, hey, whoa, what was that? You know, so just get that kickoff time, you know, going. I'm okay with the field goals, even though you was like at the edge of the year, it was kind of you was kind of teetering on us. Yeah. So you better get right now. All right. So dream scenario, dream cases of what the Cowboys will do in this draft. We've been talking about these type of things of what the Cowboys should do for a while now. There are a few mock drafts that I've seen out here. One being this one right here, and I want to pull up the one from Okoye. I do like this aspect of it. He got in the first with the 12th pick. He got us going. If he falls, if he can get past the Chiefs. With the 12th pick of the NFL draft, the Cowboys select Mansour Delane. All right, so I was watching a video about it was about a decade and a half old, right? And I was just watching on how our DBs was just getting cooked. And it just relived the mindset. Man, it's been for many of years that our DBs be getting cooked, you know. So hopefully Mansour Delane can be a guy that can help us out, man. And I think that this is an A. If he falls there to the 12th, there's numerous guys that I would love to see, whether it's Caleb Downs, Dylan, whether it's Mansour, whether it's Sonny Styles make fights, whether it's to a degree Reuben Bain, short arm, long arms, right? It doesn't matter. I like this situation here. And then he goes with the second pick. They trade back, and they get this right here. This would be, come on, man. Jacob Rodriguez, oh my gosh, man, this would be good, man. Y'all know I've been banging the table for Jacob. I think that he would be pretty great in this space, whether it's, I'm going to say again, whether it's Anthony Hill, CJ, or Jacob. I like Josiah. Those are guys, premium guys that I can take a look at. To a degree, it can even be Harold Perkins at the edge of or in the middle or towards the back end of the draft, right? I don't mind. I just need the Cowboys to draft a legitimate linebacker. And if they decide not to draft that linebacker, they better be in the trade room acquisition to get those type of things. The next The next guy with the 57 pick, Malachi Law. You know, I love that. Ain't nothing like seeing my name on the back of a jersey. So, yeah, I would like for to see Malachi Lawrence here in the Cowboys uniform, silver and blue, and star on the side of his helmet. One can argue that he's by far one of your the refinery of edge rushers. You can look at him, and there will be tape later on today of me breaking down what I think that he can bring to the table. Kamari Ramsey, just the name Ramsey alone, right? I do like that. They gave him an A+ with that, the 92nd pick. He will fit right on in like a glove with the Cowboys, especially with this staff. I like what Ryan Smith is able to do. Coach Smitty got their boys already in the playbook. And on top of that, we know for sure what Christian Parker like to bring far as a defensive back phenom. I like that, or teacher type of guy. So I like the teaching element for that. And then they go with Crayon, not like the ones you write with, but Keion Crawford. Keyron, my bad. I'm ripping that name up. Keyron Crawford. Not to get mixed up with Tyrone Crawford. But Crawford, he had 5 sacks last season. They gave him a C. He's the opposite side of Keldrick Falk. I think he had 9 tackles for loss. I like what Crawford brings to the table. It's not bad to take him at that 152 spot. Markel Bell, gave him an A for that. I think that he'll fit right on in. And then they got Dante, and then they went and got Lorenzo Styles. Styles make fights. So I love all of that. This would be a good situation. I like this mock draft here. This one is fire. I did some study work on a guy, and I hope that I can play this without any stoppage, but we're going to play it. Appreciate everybody, man. Just yesterday, we was talking about let me go right here. Boom, 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 boom. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Just yesterday, we was talking about, let me go here, and we're down now. We're going to talk about Keldrick Falk. 6'6", 276 pounds. And he had last season 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 23 solos, 29 combined tackles. He got high potential upside. And people are literally making the argument that the Cowboys should take him at 20, right? Juxtaposed to a Mesidor or what have you. As I was looking at tape, and y'all know I'm a little biased a little bit. When you look at tape, you say, okay, we can work with that. And they give reasons, right? They say, well, they had him playing at Auburn inside, and then he was playing on the outside. And then it made me rub my beard and say, you know what? If we're going to do that, if we're going to take a guy that you got to develop in the first round, why not take a guy in the later rounds and develop him? You got B.T. Jordan still in the building. You got Marcus Dixon. Why not get you a guy like Xavier Harris? So I pulled up this Xavier Harris. Let me go to this chart sheet right quick, and we can go all the way down to Xavier Harris. And of course, this is just me talking about this in general, right? Not saying that the Cowboys will go get this kid, but he's 6'8", 330. He's only a couple of months older than Keldrick Falk. I mean, he had better production in the last 2 seasons. 3 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 27 solos, played in 15 games because he went to the bowl, had 58 combined. You know what I'm saying? Tackles. So I'm looking at it like this. If you're going to take somebody that you got to work with, why not go in the later rounds and take somebody who had similar or same production or just a little bit more? You know, and A lot of people could be like, nah, Law, don't do that, man. Come on, man. But, hey, it is for what it is because I'm just trying to get better. And if the Cowboys want to do that, then let's do that then. Let's talk about it. Look at some film right quick, and let's talk about it. About Xavier Harris, 6'7.5", 335 pounds, give or take 340. Seen some charts where he's up there. And on top of that, productivity-wise, he had 9 tackles for loss, had an INT, as you can see there. When you start talking about, and 3 sacks, by the way, a lane clogger, just need to work on his pad levels, but this would be a great late-round steal because we're talking about productivity on that line, right? You need somebody that's big that can gobble up to, and you put him beside Quentin Williams or rotate him in with Kenny Clark. Oh, my goodness. This is a move that the Cowboys should be able to make. And he can come off the edge as well and be that enforcer. You can put him on special teams as well, especially being able to be a clogger. And he is a disruptor. On top of that, when you think about it, think of this right here. Size do matter. Clogging off run lanes, sealing holes. He can do all of those things. Got to work on his pad levels. But when you're as strong and as big as he is, man, you're talking about a guy that the Cowboys can ultimately utilize and use in this system with Christian Parker. I get the Keldrick Falk things, of course, of having a first round. But when you look at Xavier Harris to be able to fit in, to give you that access of productivity inside or outside, being a run stuffer, a clog in the middle, and you can play him on the edge. I can see some refinery happen, just like those who talking about, hey, give Keldrick Falk a chance. Well, give this kid a chance because when you look at tape, you can see some of the things that he can do just as well as Keldrick Falk, or if not better productivity too, by the way, and getting better from year to year. I would definitely squeeze the trigger on someone like that, and knowing that you got a massive type of guy that you can put into this type of system that can help out your team tremendously. Pad levels, can work on that, but separation, getting off of the LOS with the strength that he exhibits and being able to move things out the way to shoot upfield, to get upfield, to make the quarterback his baby, or to clog up passing lanes, block it down to Dikembe McHarris. Come on with it. So those are things that I look for, the hidden jewels in this draft, the guys that a lot of people overlook and underlook probably. No. And I like the get off too. The get off is there, baby. The get off got that swim move and swipe away and just force the quarterback to go through his reads. Force the quarterback to get off his primary target. Getting in the way and sealing off of that running lane. Those are finite things that you look for, especially as an interior defensive tackle / guy that can play on the outside edge. It fits right in like a glove for the Cowboys to scoop up somebody like this in this draft. I'm looking for the Cowboys to draft Xavier Harris in the later rounds and being able to get somebody like this. Watch it. Yeah, slam them down, make them pay. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. Let's get somebody like this. Motor, it's neither here nor there. But I look at the extra things that he can bring. Intimidation is one of those things too, by the way. Cowboys, let me know how y'all feel about Harris being in the Cowboys uniform. 6'7.5", 335 pounds. Come on, pure just height and athleticism. Shout out to my Mississippi boys. Shout out to Canton, Mississippi, baby. Let's get it. DC for life, not for sure. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. No doubt, go Cowboys. Most certainly. The Cowboys do have a chance and opportunity. If you're going to develop a player, then do it in the later rounds. Get somebody that's similar and just do it in the later rounds, and you can get things going that way. And someone states, how legit you think Jordan Tyson being linked to the Cowboys at 12? I think it's more of a leverage play. Like if contract negotiations don't fall the way they supposed to be, especially when you start talking about George Pickens and you're talking about paying the man north of $35 million APY. You're going to do your due diligence. So you're going to bring in a guy like a Tyson, and there's no shade at Tyson's film. You know, he's going to take some time to get there as far as developing. But I think that with a quarterback like Dak Prescott, he gonna put up some good numbers, man. Tyson, this would be the best scenario for him is to come to the Cowboys, by the way. Bad for us, but best for him, basically. So the Cowboys, that's just for what we do, man. It's always a uphill battle. It's always a struggle fest. It's always that on the smallest things that you can ever think of. And unfortunately, but I think that Tyson will be a great pickup for us, even in this draft. But with the 12th overall pick, I don't know. But the Cowboys do play that leverage play all the time, ladies and gentlemen, on how they like to do things. So if it's not Carnell Tate or Denzel Boston, don't want to draft a wide receiver. I feel you, man, but I'm looking at it, and that is from who said that? Let me see where you at. Was that you, DP? Okay, it's Garrett. Yeah, that was you, Garrett. Yeah. So it's just how it goes, Garrett. You know, we don't know. But any of those wide receivers will benefit tremendously by having a veteran-style quarterback. If we look at the big board on the wide receivers, you have these sets of guys that's going to fall right there. Lemon is a guy, right? Tate is a guy. So don't be alarmed. Don't be shaken that the Cowboys end up with one of those guys because they want to do the leverage play. That's just what the Cowboys do, especially when we start talking wide receivers and beyond. So Tyson is there. He's there. Lemon is there. Tate may not be there. But if you look at the draft on how it falls, Omar Cooper is there. And we got to understand, too. Baby. What sell tickets, man? Offense sell, man. Offense sell tickets, man. So, and jerseys, offense, all of that stuff sell tickets. Jerry Jones still want to sell, right? And I don't want that to happen, but it's just how it goes, unfortunately. But before we go into more conversation piece, let's open up the phone lines and get things going. And I want to know your thoughts, your dream scenario of who you want the Cowboys to pick up and get, and seeing how we can get things moving and grooving from there, Cowboys Nation. Put a 3 in the chat if you are enjoying this show today. Get ready, because we want to talk about all of these type of things. Let's get it. But speaking of Mansour Delane on my guys, what was it? Speaking of Mansour Delane on my guy Okoye's mock draft, let's listen to this audio about Mansour Delane. As a fit.
He's the guy that could slide to 12, and we haven't talked about him enough.
Well, the current draft odds, I will spoil a little bit from the finest, but the current draft odds have Delane being the selection at 12. They have like who's the favorite to go each spot.
Yeah.
And Delane, he does make an appearance for the first time as the favorite at 11 with Miami, but he's also the favorite at 12 for Dallas. So
he might be a guy that can slide.
Him sliding a little bit.
Because if Downs is there at 10 still, I'd imagine the Giants are going to take him. There's a lot of love for Downs in that building. Now, maybe they've already taken a defensive player at 5.
Right.
So they want to go with the offensive tackle. I think Vega Ioane, the guard from Penn State, it needs to be talked about at 10 to the Giants. They don't have a right guard to start right now. That makes a lot of sense.
Being on shows with them, they never, ever really brought him up.
But they didn't have the 10th pick then, right?
Well, no,
we
redid the show last night.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we went
and they
back.
Didn't bring him up?
They did not talk about
that
him.
Would make a lot of sense to me.
If they were going to take an offensive lineman, it's not like they would take Malinois and move him to guard.
Okay.
That's what they sound like they were going
And
to
they
do.
probably would have to take him at 5, I would think, because it sounds like if he's there, the Chiefs would probably be willing to take him, and he's not going to get to their pick. But then at 10, that means like if Downs or Styles was there, they'd probably take one. So maybe Delane's the guy. I mean, I've thought Downs just because of the position at safety. We've seen the safety slide. Maybe Delane's the guy we should look at. Maybe as more of a guy that could fall to 12.
So if he do falls to 12, that'll be a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be a good thing if he do falls to 12, right? But before we go into that details, that we'll pick up more of that. Darius, man, from the 214, you live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, fam.
What's happening? Hey,
Not much.
So, can you imagine if the NFL slip up and let us get Caleb Downs? Bro, like, immediately, I think Caleb Downs would be like, do you remember how when we got Dez Bryant, CeeDee Lamb? Dez Bryant, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott. Caleb Downs
It'll
would
feel like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, Caleb Downs would, like, immediately become, like, right off the back, one of the best defensive backs that the Cowboys have ever had. And so, like, how they immediately would slap
Wait. That's a lot of dip on that chip now, Chief. Come on, man.
But stay with me. See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna work with you, man. I'm gonna work with you, man. Go ahead.
But see, like, it sounds crazy when you say it, but like, the point that I'm making is the Cowboys do this. So, like, for instance, as a rookie, when we first got Dez Bryant, they slapped 88 on him. 88.
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb, when CeeDee Lamb as a rookie, they slapped 88 on CeeDee Lamb as a rookie, meaning the expectations, you're expected to be one of the greats. You're expected to be like within the pantheon of all-time Cowboy players.
Right.
So the same thing how they kind of did with Ezekiel Elliott. I think Ezekiel Elliott would be like one of the best running backs that we've ever had. And when we first drafted him, we expected him to be as such. So I think Caleb Downs will be within that same vein, you know, but just as far as like defensive backs go. Like, do you see the point that I'm making? I'm pretty sure you feel differently. I kind of want to know how you feel about that.
No.
Do you see the point that I'm making, though?
I see your angle, and I think that Downs is by far your better defensive back in this draft overall, right? He's the best safety by measures overall. So if you get that, then you will say, okay, how are we going to twist this into good things? Because it fits right on in. CP, DB Whisperer, Ron Smith. Coach Smitty is one of the better defensive back coaches in the league. So you got all of that. Then you have Caleb Downs. Come on, man. You know, now all we need is now pass rush, right? That's the only thing that we will have reservations on with the 20th pick. You might have to worry about, you know, trying to figure that out. But I'm on the phone. I'm trying to call somebody to get a veteran guy so I know for sure that I'm going to have pass rush. But I do like that notion, if you get Caleb Downs, that he would be by far one of your better DBs in the Cowboys' history. But I wouldn't put him up there. I wouldn't say it as boldly as you did, though. You know, damn.
And I get it. I know. You know, I know a lot of people kind of probably feel the same way that you do. But it's kind of like, this is not too far away from like the realm of like a possibility, because the Cowboys do it all the time, because they slap the number 88 on players, on rookies. You know what I mean? So it's kind of not that far from like the realm of possibility. But what I was about to ask you, Law? What the hell I was going to ask you? I don't remember what I was going to say. This is my second point. I'm gonna try to like temper my expectations on this draft as well. Oh, that's what I was going to say with Caleb Downs.
Mm-hmm.
We have to use him the way that the Ohio State used him. We can't just put him at the free safety and just kind of just stick him in that little box. We would kind of have to like move him around, because Caleb Downs was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? In order to like get the absolute like best out of Caleb, we would have to do that. The other thing I wanted to tell you too as well is that I'm gonna try to temper my expectations on this draft, because just hearing like some of the things that I've been hearing you say, in regards to like the Keldrick Falk thing, it's like you gotta always leave that little room for the Cowboys to do some dumb shit.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because our expectations will be way up here, and then the Cowboys they'll come up with this magical draft board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keldrick Falk. You'll be like, hey.
Exactly. You like, damn, bro, wasn't nobody think about no damn Keldrick Falk. You know what I'm saying?
I think we the only team that telegraphs our moves that way, man. It's like this been weeks, man. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks, man. Keldrick Falk. So it's literally. I'm not beating up the kid, I look at the potential side, but man, Cowboys, stop selling it. Just be cool with it, man. Shoot, they telegraph their moves, but go ahead.
And then the crazy thing too is that I feel like a good player is gonna fall to us at 12. Like
right
on my draft board, it's a lot. I have like a top 5 that I want, or like a top 6 that I want. And one of them players is gonna fall, if not 2. So that's what I know for sure. I'm not really tripping, but it's just like the only unknown that you got to worry about is the Cowboys and they draft. The shit that they be coming up with, it just be like beyond me sometimes. So what I'm gonna do is this draft. I'm gonna sit down with a piece of paper.
Right.
I'm gonna look at all the players that that I kind of want, and that's available, and I'm gonna write down the player that I wanted versus the player that the Cowboys actually drafted, and I'm gonna do that for all the rounds. And I'm gonna probably start doing this every draft, and I'm gonna put this sheet of paper up, and I'm gonna put it like in a folder, and then I'm gonna just see how that ages, because I'm kind of application in to be a scout or something, because I'm sick and tired of this shit.
No doubt,
some
man.
like if they come in here with that bullshit, bro, some got to change. I'm gonna have to get in. Oh goddamn, I'm gonna have to get in the war room, man, and change some of this stuff. But other than that, I appreciate you, love.
No doubt, man. That's Darius, man, from the 214. Before I let the next caller on, I feel exactly what he said, right? And I'll reach out to Chris Hall, you know what I'm saying, to get you in, at least for an interview. But before I let the next caller on, let's talking about this one.
How much Arvell Reese bustability do you think is in there?
I think there's some, but I still think that at worst he's going to be a tremendous linebacker. But I think he's going to be a really great edge. I really do. I think teams are going to. I mean, if he's doing this and not getting really any plan as a pass rusher, he's just using his God-given athleticism. Which, let's be real, that's pretty much what Micah did too when he first went to edge. I think Arvell Reese is going to be a star, and he's working with BT Jordan right now as we speak. So he's already putting in the work.
BT.
I think he's going to be really good.
All right, so the Arvell Reese, man, storyline. Let's stop it. Let's stop trying to be finding and getting cute and say, hey, you can just find another Parsons. Stop it. Come on. Can we all just stop it? Can we all? I get hey, we could just find another Parsons. Look at what he was doing. Look at what he's eligible to do. And that's not no shade at my guy, Zach Wilczek, because I know a lot of people take snippets and they send him over to be messy. But let's stop it, man. I heard all last year, Abdul Carter, the next Parsons, Sam Williams, the next Parsons. Let's stop it. Parsons was one of one, right? And let's move on to this right here. I got the next caller, Toxic Tom from the 717. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Not much, man. What you got for the show?
Happy draft week, everybody.
Happy draft week.
The question was, what's my dream scenario?
Mm-hmm.
Trade those picks and get me proven NFL talent. That is my dream scenario. Look, the Bengals already understood the assignment. They have a quarterback, 2 great wide receivers, and an offense, and they packaged that pick so quickly so they could go get a proven NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
And they have defensive needs just like us. And they're seeing the writing on the wall, too. Unless you are willing to trade up, you're not going to get the guys that you want or the projects that you want. You got a quarterback that's 33 years old playing on an all-pro level.
Right.
A good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're not going to keep George Pickens, so he's here on a short lifespan, and you got a top 5 offense. Look, Sky has a show right now. It's like Around the Horn, and there's a reality. There was a question in the last episode. They said, what's something fans are overrating? And I'm telling you right now, fans, there's no one in this draft, if you stick at 12, that's going to get this defense where it needs to be a legitimate Super Bowl contender. You don't have all the time in the world. You fucked around and wasted enough time already.
Right.
You need something right now. You can't afford to have a project. And that's the beast of the NFL draft. The draft does not care what your needs are. The draft is the draft. So if Tyson is the best player there at 12, I'm of the opinion they're all lottery tickets.
Right.
I want the lottery ticket that has the best chance of winning. I don't have the luxury to go, well, I hope the linebacker is this. No, the odds are simply the odds. So I have no problem with taking Tyson because, as you said earlier, I view the draft like the workforce. When a company needs bodies and they're trying to replace all the old heads, they recruit. When they need someone in for a specialized position, they pay market value. And when I'm looking at the draft, if Tyson's there or another wide receiver's there, you can be upset all you want, but I don't want you to reach, because if you're going to be this draft and develop team, you can't afford to be missing because you've been doing that in the past, and now you're seeing it on your team now. So you are really pigeoning yourself and putting yourselves in a really bad situation, because if you look at your last drafts, they haven't been hitting, and now you're having to fill needs for those drafts that you haven't been in. You can't reach.
Right.
You have to follow your board. And that is why I would rather you just trade those picks, get me a dude that's going to get me over the hump. Enough with the whole feel good. If you want Hallmark stories, if you want all that stuff, go to church. I want to fucking win.
Hell yeah.
I want to do what contenders do, like the Rams, who didn't have a first-round pick for 6 years? Yeah, you can do this. That is what I want, Law. And do you have any thoughts on the whole aggressive approach, or do you just want them to just sit back and just, take it and just hope something happens?
As
what
much
do you think
as
is actually going to happen?
As much as I look at these dream scenarios, I'm more of the same vein of like, F these picks, let's go get some non-commodities. But the Cowboys been such a team that's been comfortable with picks, right? That they can sell. It's sellable, right? Like nobody want to talk about Miles. Nobody want to talk about veteran guys like Max or Jordan Brooks or what have you, because those storylines, you know who they are. But the selling piece will be the 12 and the 20. Maybe we can trade back and get an extra pick in the second round. What we going to do with the 92nd pick too, by the way. So those are more sellable pieces to the fan base. And we can start talking about, hey, this could be the next Parsons. This could be the next Trayvon Diggs. Like for the first time when they was doing things good, right? We can try to replicate that here. No, get rid of them picks. Let's go get a known commodity and let's try to figure out a way to win.
Yeah, and I think you and I are in agreement. I think this is Dak's last contract in Dallas, just based on his age and his injury histories and stuff. I really hope he can keep playing. You have an all-pro quarterback right now. How much more time are you going to waste hoping that a guy can be what they are? Because you're not going to do anything last year, the trade deadline, you were active because it was so bad. I'm really wondering right now, what is your exit plan? Because if you are going to waste this opportunity even more, then what are we doing?
Right.
At some point, you have to change your philosophy, because the ebb and flow of the card game, when you got a good hand, you just don't keep pulling the ante. Sometimes you gotta up it. Yeah. You gotta push your chips in, and it just feels like that this front office is, oh, now we got the coaching staff, great. As Skywalker loves to say, I want the bowl of cereal with the milk. That's great. You got the coaches. Now get the players. Because last year you had more players, but you didn't have the coaches. Why can't we get the whole damn thing? Why can't we get Brazzers without the subscription? Why can't we get it all? I want the whole damn thing. And that's where I'm at with it. Part of me wants them to take Falk just to see this fan base lose their ever-loving mind. But the rest of me is just, unless they get aggressive, dude, I've seen this same story before. This is the same script in years past. I know how this is going to end. Let's just hope for the best, right? But other than that, have a good draft weekend, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
No doubt. That's Toxic Tom, man. Always giving us a great delivery on his approach to things, especially with this, So it's a situation and scenario that yes, we this close. In 10 years, I've been arguing with folks for 10 years, saying, hey, we need defense. We need defense. We need to get it done now, and we have the opportunity. But we also have the opportunity to draft, right? So with 2 first-round draft picks of the 12th and the 20th, these guys better run. There's no time for us to be trying to draft somebody to develop. And I know that's the hardest part of it. You know what I'm saying? I got for the 979 on the line, and that is when I held that 9. You saw how I picked that back up, boy. You know what I'm saying? Man, you saw how I picked that back up, DP.
Oh man, you way too smooth with it, man. You way too smooth.
Yes, indeed, man. What you got for me?
As always, I always appreciate you getting a chance to speak on the platform. I have to echo some of the things that Toxic Tom.
Where you at? You a little muffled, man. You sound like you're in the hall, man, fighting for your life, man, in the closet somewhere.
Can you hear me better now?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you better now, man.
Okay. I got to echo some of the things that Toxic Tom was just saying, and I'm gonna add a little bit on to that. This isn't me trying to insult anybody's intelligence in the chat, but to the question I have to people in the chat is, why are y'all so concerned about the draft? Because, again, as I mentioned the other day, if this team is supposed to be in win now mode, then you shouldn't be concerned about these draft picks. You're concerned. Right. You're worried about picks that are going to take maybe 2 to 3 years to develop.
Right.
It's like that doesn't make any sense if you're in win now mode. Just like Toxic was just saying, the Rams they've been all in for the last 5-6 years. They don't care about them picks. Stephen Jones ran his mouth off talking about they be in salary cap hell, only for them to miss the playoffs once since they won that Super Bowl. And I think they missed what the playoffs. I think they had a bunch of guys hurt.
Right.
So, they've been competing this whole time, but yet we still keep up with this whole build through the draft mentality, and it doesn't work, and it's never going to work.
Right.
It's like, but us as fans, or some of us, we are supposed to believe that now all of a sudden they're just so heavily focused on defense. It's like, man, it took y'all 10 years to finally think, okay, we need a legit defense. Dak has been playing at a high level basically his whole career, and he's had to deal with a average to below average type defense, but yet we got part of the fan base that blames him for it. It's like, what do you expect Dak in that offense to be able to go out and do?
No doubt.
I mean, I'm the same way. If I was the GM, it's like we wouldn't have no picks, because I would be willing and dealing all day, every day. Like, I'd have been gave up that 20th pick for Jordan Brooks or Crosby or something of that nature. Like, I'm not, like 6. I'm same thing like Toxic, man, bro. I want to win, man.
Yeah, we want to win now, man, and get things going now. And the Cowboys, they operate out of comfort, so it's going to be hard for them to do the things like the Rams do, or to the Seattle Seahawks, what they did last year. The 49ers, they are already trying to say, okay, they're in a division that they got to go up against the Rams and the Seahawks. So they're going to try to make some moves as well. So if we try to compete just for this division, we already out, right? You got to compete for the NFC, not just the East. And I'm quite sure we're going to pop champagne bottles whenever the Eagles start to decline. But for right now, they still on top for right now, right? And then we got to make sure that the Giants, that we let them know, hey, we big dog. And the Washington team's still sneaky. So the Cowboys, they can't fall asleep behind this wheel. They just got to make sure that they are all in now. They got the veteran quarterback. They got the offense. They got the staple piece of continuity of bringing back the offensive stuff like Schottenheimer and coaches there. So Clayton Adams. So they should be good. But can the defense turn the corner is what we waiting on.
Yeah, exactly. And so my thing is excuse me, is that I lost my train of thought that doggone quick. Sorry.
It's all good, bro.
But yeah, I don't want to have the fault.
No doubt.
I'm sorry.
No doubt, man.
That's my last thing, man. So appreciate you giving me a chance to speak, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That is my guy DP, man, from the 979. All right, so before I let the next caller on from the 815, hold tight. This is what Ross Tucker had to say as far as his perspective.
Give us your perspective and outlook right now for the Cowboys at 12-20.
Weird position to be in. Really weird position to be in. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this. The reason, look, you don't even need to hear it from me. The reason why the Bengals just traded the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence.
Ooh, boy, he on the same wavelength Toxic Tom was on. Let me hear what he gonna say. Let me hear what he gonna say, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hear.
Is that they didn't really feel that great about anybody that was still on the board at 10. I mean, look, they think that they're good players, but they didn't really believe that any of them were necessarily difference-making players, and certainly not for 2026. But where the Cowboys are at, sort of a strange position, because they're not high enough that they're going to get one of the guys that people really feel good about. And then I think people really feel like the value starts coming later in the first round, into the second and the third. So I think a lot of other teams are going to feel this way as well. It would be great if the Cowboys could trade down and pick up a couple of second-round picks. I don't know that that's going to happen. And I will say this, the track record for Dallas drafting in this range seems pretty good. Now, I know the way you guys are on local sports talk radio, so I'm sure you'll tell me the guys that were total busts. But just off the top of my head, Micah, Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Dez, I think, was somewhere around here, maybe a little bit lower. It just feels to me like the Cowboys
a little bit higher.
have had a really good run of getting Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber players outside of the top 10.
Give us your perspective and outlook right now for the Cowboys at 12-20.
All right, so that was Ross Tucker. I agree. Like, the only miss that they had in the last, 10 to 15 years, you can argue, it's Mo Claiborne. And that was because they were foolish. They put Mo Claiborne his rookie year in training camp on Dez, right? Like, Dez ate that kid up. You can't guard me. You for damn sure can't guard me. And you can't guard me. Boy, he done tore up Mo Claiborne. And then Mo Claiborne stayed having injuries. But we hit on Tyron Smith. We hit on all of those guys outside. Let me know who we didn't hit on. Dez was the 24th pick. I thought he was like the 17th or the 18th. But anybody in those ranges, we'd pretty much hit on. Now, what he's saying is basically like when you get in the back end of the first round with your Tacos of the worlds, your Mazzies, you can argue LVEs. We haven't hit on those guys on the back end. The only back end that we probably hitting on is Tyler Smith right now. But on the front end, boy, we hitting. Yeah, we hitting. Bobby Carpenter, he can put him in there. And I saw the people who was trying to compare Sonny Styles to Bobby, man. Come on, man. You know, that's crazy. We hit on Travis Frederick though. You know, they booed when we drafted Travis Frederick. That was crazy. That's crazy. The next caller I got is from the 815. Brandon, you alive? Ross, man, what's good with you, man? What's going on with you, man?
What's up, Law? Can you hear me, Law?
I can hear you, man. What's going on with you?
First off, can we never talk about Bobby Carpenter? That dude was like a WWE wrestler. Like, he wanted to be Clay Matthews so bad.
Yeah.
Like, brother, couldn't play dead in a children's movie.
Yeah.
I want to say this, Law. Look, I personally believe we need to go heavy defense with these first two picks. Look, I see y'all all in a bunch about Sonny Styles. Look, every single year, if you're a real football fan, every single year we have these players like, oh, he a this round pick, he a second round pick. No, he really a first. Dude, he gonna get picked where he gonna get picked.
Yeah, true.
I want some impact players. I don't care about Sonny Styles, Sunny side, white side. I want some impact players. We need somebody who's gonna come in on the defense and be an impact player. I don't know that you're going to get that out of a rookie, but, hey, we got a great D-line. So if we do bring in a rookie linebacker, he really don't have to do much but play football. So, okay. If y'all want to argue about some first, second, who cares? Deron Bland was an undrafted, so I let them do that. I still think we might need to go O-line in the second round, if not try to sneak one out the first round. That's just me personally, Law. Also, look, if we do get one of these top-rated linebackers, possibly, I'm not mad if we use both first-round picks on linebackers. But I believe, Law, this is the year. I don't want to hear nothing about none of this, none of that. I believe this is going to be our year. If we keep George Pickett, I think we're going to have at least 1, 2, 3 best offense in the league. Okay. I think our defense right now, our defense is at least top 15, I believe. So, like, I don't think we got – I don't think the is a dire, like we in a terrible place right now, but we do need impact players out of the draft. I do believe that, but hey, we still got Dak Prescott. So other than that, I'm fine with Rodriguez, Sonny Styles. I'm cool with either one of those
Wait a minute, man. I'm sitting here like, man, I said, man, I know Brandon. I know he gonna slip his Dak Prescott thing in there. And I thought we were doing good.
Shout out to Dak. I want to give him some credit because I ain't been on here in a while.
Right.
Shout out to Dak for saying, hey, baby, not without that prenup. Shout out to him. I gotta give him his credit.
Oh my gosh, man! Look. Dak was dealing last year. I didn't get a chance to get you on the phone at all, man. Dak was doing him. Man, you finally saw the light that it wasn't all him. It was the defense. It was defense. What? What?
No, I didn't. No, y'all was just on there like y'all. Y'all love the regular season. Y'all love regular season numbers. Good for y'all. I'm not finna do this because I know this. You trying to rage, baby. But y'all
the rage of Sparta.
Y'all. I'm not gonna go there. Law, the season hasn't started yet. But Dak, I'm watching. Look, Dak. We're starting to waste Dak years. I will give y'all that. We're starting to waste these years. We like Jerry. You got to do something. Jerry, when he do pick players in the first round for the most part, other than Mo and Taco, and that Bobby Trash Carpenter, we do really well with our picks. But guys, I'm not gonna go there. Look, let's have a great draft. Let's have a great draft.
I think that you finally see the light on Dak Prescott, bro.
I do not see the light.
You do. You said it. No. I want you to be understand. I want you to stay on that side, though.
Jalen Hurts about to lose A.J. Brown, but we got CD and George Pickens, and we didn't even make the damn playoffs. Somebody tell me. I'm not gonna go there.
I think you see the light, man. I think think there's a small part in your heart. Yeah, I know you got you a 4 jersey somewhere in your house. Somewhere.
I do.
Your lady or somebody. Somebody got a 4 jersey.
George Pickett. I got 2. I got a Dez, and I got CD in the cut. Don't do that.
Come on, man. I can't wait.
No, sir, not for me.
Look, come on, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in. That's Brandon.
Shout out to Lowe's. Shout out to the nation. Hey, Dak, when the season starts, I'm on your neck, boy. Shout out to me.
Pause if necessary.
Pause if necessary, because I know VIP watching. I know you.
You finna resurrect VIP now. All right, bro. Come on. That's Brandon Ross, man. Oh man, the resident Dak Prescott hater. Playoff Dak. I'm surprised he didn't say 2-5 Dak, man. Boy, it's been a long time since I heard from him. All I can say is that he said they wasting Dak years. See, that's why I got you, Brandon. That means you was on my side now. The Cowboys been wasting Dak Prescott years. Brandon been calling into this show since 2018. You know, with that rhetoric, right? It's been a long time. I've been fighting that guy since 2000. It's 2026. 2020. Don't y'all know how long that is? Every year, you know. This guy been calling in since 2018. Could have been 19. Let me double check. Hey, Brandon, was it 18 or 19?
Hey, man, I've been here for 6-7 summers, man. Something like that.
Something like that. Man, God. Man,
something like that.
God, no, boy.
Hey, look.
That's a long time.
Before I go. That just, guys, remember those playoffs games. Shout out to Law. Shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to the nation.
No doubt, man. If God, come on, man. If anybody can win a Super Bowl this year, man. God, man, can you just allow Rain Dakota Prescott to win a Super Bowl for the Cowboys this year? I just want to do it, man. Just one favor, man. One more favor for me, man. That's I ain't asking for a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just a Super Bowl. Come on, Cowboys. G-O-D. He says, action you shall receive. I'm asking, I'm begging right now for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl for 2026. Lord knows what I'm going to do, man, if that ever happened, if you grant us that wish right there. Sampson says the 12th pick, Caleb Downs, or the best cornerback available. The 20th pick, trade for Max Crosby. Give the 3rd pick to Miami for the linebacker. Won't that just be so much like right? You get Caleb Downs. We happy. We high-fiving everybody. We pick up the phone. We call the Raiders and say, hey, come on, man. Y'all in rebuild mode. Let us go ahead and take that up off of you. He won't be ready week 1. He won't be ready probably week 2 or 3. Let us deal with those burdens, right? And then we call Miami. Y'all during the rebuild. Come on, man. Let us get this kid right here. He's 27, 28 years of age. Let's see what can happen and shake from there, right? That would be so much like right. I got from the 904, you're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Lord, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Is this Daryl?
Yes, sir.
Man, what's going on, man? This is a new number or something? What's going on, fam?
Yeah, it is. And I have made some changes, just like the Cowboys defense has made some changes. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is a brand new me and everything else. But when I'm calling this, it's like I see what the Giants just pull a Houdini on us, man. Right. I think really they're trying to do is they're trying to go for downs and they're trying to beef up their defense because they got rid of Lawrence, and that's huge because right. Like, he's a monster in that middle. But now I'm thinking we probably need to trade. Either we trade up or because I think we really want Caleb Downs, but if we can't get him, I like that kid from Oregon, that safety, because he got 4.3 speed. Then probably, Ruben Bain might still be available,
Yeah, those are good problems to have if you have Bain, Downs, or Dillon there, right, at that 12th spot.
Yeah.
Those are good
Yes,
problems
sir.
to have. I can't rank them of what I would do, but it could be. I'm looking at it like, man, we just had the pass rushing thing. Go ahead and give me downs, man. I'll figure out other things on the other end. I'll just go get downs
Yeah,
at
but
this
now
point.
playing multiple. He can play corner.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of who we had back then. Was it Jones from Connecticut?
Byron
We drafted
Jones?
him because he was a corner. Yeah, Byron Jones. We had him one time, and he was a corner, and then we converted him to a safety. And then whenever they needed him to play in the slot or whatever, he was that guy, and he was able to cover the faster tight ends or whatever it was, and they just took advantage. And then we had an extra safety or corner in that area. But right now, I just like, yeah, that'll be a good thing there. So I like Caleb Downs though, because he's more of an all around athlete. And,
No doubt, man.
And I respect that. And for the record on that Bobby Carpenter thing, that's Parcells guy. Because remember, Bob Carpenter was his daddy. So it's kind of like they slid a favor and they're like, hey, you draft my son in the first round, that'd be great.
Yeah,
So,
it was crazy,
one of
man.
those things.
Carpenter best game ever, man, was when he went to the Detroit, picked off Romo twice for pick sixes, man. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was his best game. But shout out to Carpenter, man. We got some business ties together. I don't want to beat him up too bad. Appreciate you for calling in, though.
No, we ain't gonna beat him up too bad. But it's just kind of like and then when Sean Lee came in, he was like a second round pick, but the injuries took a toll on him, and I really missed that because our best teams kind of slipped us by. It's like with the 2014 team, we went 12-4. We got shafted by Green Bay, both occasions, either 2014 and 2016 on the catch by Dez, because Dez caught that ball.
Yeah.
Because I'm still crying about that because if we would have beat Green Bay that time, we would have went back to Seattle and whooped them again, and we would have been in that Super Bowl.
Man.
That would have been our Super Bowl. That would have been our year.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Daryl. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'll see y'all soon, man, because I'm trying to get out there. I'm still trying to get out there. You're trying to get our drink on, and we're going to get it going, all right?
No doubt, man. That's Daryl Cowboys, man, from the 904. Yes, indeed, man. Boy, we still licking our wounds, man. We can break down some stuff, man. We can break down. In 2006, if Babineau, you know what I'm saying, had one more Twinkie, Tony would have been able to pick up that slick ball, run it all the way in for that touchdown. But we will forever remember Babineau, you know what I'm saying? However, I don't know his first name. I just remember Babineau, And I remember in 2006, Jason Witten got that first down. The NFL hosed us on that first down. Jason Witten got that first down. In 07, if they called intentional ground, it's always something with us, man. And every doggone playoff loss is always something. All right, I got D Shift from the 409, and then I got 100 grand. Hold tight. But from the 409, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Hello.
Hey, man, what's good with
you? Hey, what's up, man? Man, I just calling back in, man. Just real quick thought, dog. So yeah, I'm kind of cool with the three paths. Like, of course, my favorite, the biggest path I want to go is just go ahead and get that elite guy like Miles or Max. And then honestly, my second path is like go ahead and just complete that offense out. Go ahead and get those blue chip guys that's gonna be there. Like Dak has a proven record of making superstars out of wide receivers. I think maybe if those tackles fall, like, you can get you a good guy and complete out that offensive line. If he's that type of player, like if it's a Tyler Guyton type, like nah. And that's up to the scouts to do, right? But the other thing I was just thinking, just kind of listening to everybody talk and just kind of just thinking about this whole draft process. Defensively, like you want to get your elite guy like Miles, like you said, maybe try to go get the Jordan Brooks with Miami having that fire sale. But if you can't do that, do you just sit there and I know we don't want to get the developmental guy because we want to go ahead and cash in with what Dak has going on, last 3-4 years of prime Dak. But do you sit here and pass up on that and then just be sitting here next year, just kind of in the same position, when you maybe could have got some guys who by next year, like, are we looking at this like, all right, if we can't cash in this year, should we go ahead and try to settle for it and just understand that this might be a 2-year process? Like I said, I mean, even with the offense just souping it up, you still got to overcome certain defenses. You recall that great Broncos offense that got beat up by the Seahawks with Peyton Manning and them boys.
Right.
The Seahawks won. So I'm a firm believer in a great defense is always going to beat a great offense. That's just.
But you know what?
It is.
But you know what? You got to get pissed off enough to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like the Denver Broncos, they were embarrassed. They had their team. They had Peyton Manning. They had the #1 offense in the league that year, I believe. And they had to go up against a hungry Seattle Seahawks team. They whooped their ass, right? And what they did that offseason, I believe they fired their coach. They went and made acquisitions, made sure that they got star-studded players on their defense to match that energy, what they offered. Matter of fact, you know what? If you really think about it, that team was an opportunistic team, right? They didn't have a really good defense, but they had a real good offense to take them to the postseason in a weaker division during that time frame and made it to the Super Bowl to get whooped. In one offseason, they made sure that their defense was rectified, right? And they ended up lifting up that Lombardi Trophy, ultimately having D-Ware training Von Miller and all of that stuff. So, the Cowboys, if they can look and pull a page from that and get this defense going, then I'm following you exactly what you're saying. But the Cowboys got to be pissed off enough to do what they did. You know what I'm saying? And we'll know down the stretch if they can do that,
Because we know we ain't got that defense right now.
Right, 100%.
I know we want to cash the chips in, and I feel way better if you get a Jordan Brooks and a Max Crosby. But if it's not looking like that, like, can you afford to not just start building and putting chips in place? Like I said, you can build that offense, and that'll make your team, a lot better than I think if you just leave the offense as is and, you bring in some young guys. So this year won't help. But are we of the luxury of saying that we're not a team that should be rebuilding right now?
If Dak was younger, if we had this administration in, then I'll give them a 2-3 year window, like to do that. Like let's be cautious of how we go into this draft, and let's shoot for next year to try to go all in. But the way it is, as far as Dak Prescott, is a year-to-year type of thing because of his age. That's why we saying F them picks. Let's go ahead and go all in now, and let's get this thing boogieing. You can be the #1 defense in the National Football League right now if you make these 2 moves. Go get a Jordan Brooks, go get Max, or go get Miles. One of those 2, you can be the #1 defense in the National Football League or top 5. Just by 2 moves, even with the characters that we got now. But the Cowboys, I think that they don't see it that way. They forever would probably look at this and say, let's play it safe. Let's go ahead and go through the draft and draft these boys, and let's see what we can do from there.
And if that happens, you probably do got to settle on the fact that you're going to need another good offseason. And then, like, you depending on these guys who can't put it together, who can't close the deal. So that would suck, So that's why I guess I kind of say that, man, let's just try to make this offense perfect as opposed to, because that's going to give you your best route of trying to win this year by having just a great offense and hope that this defense can get coached up with the new coaching, as opposed to bringing in some rookies. But if you bring in the rookies, you got some building blocks, but it's hard to look forward to, these building blocks when this team, ain't proved that they can build anything, you know what I mean? As defensively, as, that is. But I appreciate you, man, and how about them Cowboys, bro?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, the D-Shift. Yeah. You can literally play this two ways. That's the way I'm looking at it. You can play it safe, or you can look at it and say, you know what, 2 tiers in the bucket, man. Let's go all the way in. Not just talking about going all in, but literally going in. Y'all get what I'm saying? But if we rebuild, we forever rebuild it. That's why I'm going to look at the Cincinnati very, very closely and see what their move's going to be to put things around Joe Burrows. Let me pull that up before I let 100 grand on. Hold tight, y'all. Let me pull this up. Bengals. Because they are doing things that, let me see, lineup. Oh, okay. Miles Murphy, TJ Slayton. Because I'm thinking that the Bengals looking at it like, hey, man, we still in this fight, man. And they got the quarterback that they want. They got the running game that they want. They got the offensive line. They drafted Mims a year back. There should be no excuses for the Bengals not to make the playoffs. They should be able to make the playoffs. DJ Turner was really fast, really good for them. Dax Hill. Shout out to Dax Hill. He's still in the league. Okay. Let me see what they got as far as their nickel. They didn't update it yet. They improved this defense. They should be fighting to get into that mix, you know. And let's go with the next call I got from the 201 100 grand with the plan. Talk to me, man.
Well, you can't say that, you know, they ain't about trying to win when they tried to give 2 picks up to get Max. It just ain't happened.
Okay. Entertain me.
They already tried to do it. They already tried to do it already. It's just that the Ravens gave up more. I'm not giving up the 3rd pick. I'm not doing it. You're going to give up you're going to give up the first 2 picks and the 3rd?
So
would you do that for Max?
Do what? Now do what?
Not doing that. Give up the first 2 first-round picks and the 3rd round pick for Max. Would you do that?
Say that one more time. Give up who?
The 20th pick, the 12th pick, and what is that? The 39th pick? Whatever the 3rd round pick is?
Oh, the 92nd pick?
You would give all that up for Max?
All 3 of them?
Yes, I'm asking a question.
No, not for this draft. No,
Thank you. All right. So you can't say that they didn't.
Wait. The Ravens didn't give up that much, though. You know what I'm saying? That trade went through.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that, and that's the only reason why the Cowboys didn't get him, because the Ravens did what they did. So but I said all that to say you can't say that the Cowboys ain't trying to make that move. They did.
They tried to make the move.
Ravens,
but is that move still available?
They chose the Ravens. I wouldn't give up both.
I won't give up both, but we have to do that. No. But we have to say this too, though.
The
100
price
grand
goes down.
The price of Max went down too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's not like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the 20th and the day of the draft should sweeten the pot just a little bit more. So I would say
I would call him.
I would call him and say I got the 20th and next year's 3rd for you right now on the table. Take it or leave it.
I wouldn't even do. Would you do? I mean, look, the
20th and next year 3rd.
Not if they saying next year's draft supposed to be this greatest draft. I don't want to give up assets.
Man, we lifting up Lombardi trophies, man, smoking stogies, man. We man, Max Crawford taking the line on Gene Jones' chest. You know what I'm saying? About at this point, man, we having a ball, man.
Okay, you right, boom. I hit the Rams up, and I hit the Rams up and the Raiders with that same deal. What you want to do? I hit the Rams and the Raiders up with that same deal. What's up?
The Rams.
I mean, not the Rams. The Browns with that same deal. What you want to do?
I mean, come on now. Now, that first thing that you said earlier, that 12th and the 20th and the 92nd pick, I would do that for Miles. Call me crazy. I'll do that now. Yeah, I'll do that now. I want to have a pick to day 3. I'm sitting here like, hey, Lord, man, y'all team suck. That's okay. That's okay. Yes, indeed. I'll be at the house just waiting. You know what I'm saying? On day 3, I'll do that now. I give all. I say, F them picks.
Lord, we ain't got no linebackers. We ain't got.
I'll be on the phone with Miami. I'll be like, hey, we got a 4th and a 5th or something for you, man. Yes, indeed. We can give you Kenneth Murray. I'll just find him. I'll throw him over to you. Jeez, man. Hey, come on, man. For Myles Garrett, you know, and on top of that, I give it what you're saying. You know, the Cowboys shot the shot. They didn't take it. They went on head to somewhere else. But it's still just like it is, man. She on the open market still. You ain't gonna just turn your blind eye to her, you know. If Auntie is there, she there. She might have rejected you the first time. Yeah.
Yeah. The day of the draft, I definitely would say what's up.
Yeah.
With the day of the draft, but here's the thing. What if the Cowboys didn't know, and now that they know about the injury, they're kind of like, I want guys that's going to play now. Jerry did say he want guys that's going to play now. He don't want to count on no injury dudes. So,
but
that kind of is like, you know what I mean?
Don't make a short-term situation be a permanent, you know, solution type of thing. Because at the end of the day, Max Crosby, let's say, for example, he's not ready until week 4. He's still better than Kendrick Falk, you know what I'm saying, on week 1, you know what I'm saying, with half of a knee or no knee. So I'm looking at it like that.
But we need guys that's going to be up and running now.
Man, sometimes you got to wait on it,
till
man.
week 4. Okay, you can't wait till week 4. We need guys that's going to be up and running now. I can hear you saying it now. Man, Max come back. We 1-3 because the defense, is Max really going when he get back here? But if Max was in a training camp and he had an off season, I can hear you now.
I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me now. But I would rather deal with that. I would rather deal with that versus a healthy Kendrick Falk. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Jones out here selling Kendrick Falk jerseys, giving him 94, and they're saying, yeah, he got 9-4 now. Kendrick Falk gonna change things around.
He can sell Max. Yeah, we 1-3. We 1-3. We winning games 35-37. We losing games 35-37. But when Max Crosby come back, it's gonna change the outlook, and we're gonna go on this run. Come on, man.
I'll rather have that storyline versus. Hey, man. Hey. I'd rather have that. But wait till year 3. Year 3. Yeah, year 3. He gonna turn the corner. Take 3 years to develop a guy. Jeez.
You never know, man. These days, Lord, everybody's saying, yo, these guys not gonna be ready. These guys not gonna be ready. Ain't nobody say that about Puka Nacua. He came out running. I don't care if he a wide receiver. I don't care. Y'all talk about these wide receivers and whatever they trash. We had Jalen Reagor and all these guys. Puka Nacua came out running. Number 1 automatically. Boom.
Man.
I mean, we had some guys come out one text and come out, boom. It's about the system, man. I
do agree with that.
Feel like it's about the system that the guy go to. I feel like we got a good system. So a rookie is not going to come out of here and have to lift the whole gym by himself. Just do your job.
Yeah.
You're going to get one-on-ones automatically because of our front anyway. You got to double, triple team our front. We ain't even talking about the rookie. You just got to win your one-on-one. That's it. You ain't got, you're not going to get that respect right out the gate. They want to see if you can win your one-on-one. They're going to show respect to the front first.
Right.
So if you could just whoop feet, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, hey, man.
What do you feel like?
If they stick and pick, man, We stick and pick around here. You heard? That's what we do. I ain't got no pause on that because I'm talking about women. You heard? So if we stick and pick, man, I feel like the rookies will have a better transition because of the guys that we have around them now. We didn't have these guys around them before, but because of the front that we have, I'm really hyped because of the front that we have. And Quentin Williams and all these guys gonna have an off season now to come into. And that's really gonna
just imagine, man, with all of that, knowing that you get Max Crosby coming. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he was healthy and we had an off season to come into. I know. Just that if we start out slow, Law, everybody gonna blame it on Daggins, and everybody gonna blame CP system ain't all that. And everybody gonna say, man, if Max had an off season and he came in and he was healthy, what this defense would have been what it was meant to be. But now it's gonna take Max 2 or 3 games to get ready for the system. I can hear it now, Lord, and I can hear you saying
I know you can hear me say it, but at least I said, man,
you know,
they took a risk. They took a risk and they let somebody else drive the car. Finally, get off of these draft picks, man. We still waiting on Mears 5. We still waiting on Overshaw. We still waiting on these guys.
If they do get Max Crosby, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna be like, oh man, I would want him here. Man. I just wish that he was healthy. That's my only thing. I wish he was healthy. He had an all season and we could boogie. Out of the two, get Miles, man. If we could get Miles, oh Lord, I'm talking Donkey Kong, cause he healthy. He ready to roll. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? With Max, but with Miles, let's boogie, man. And if they say we'll give up the 12 and the 20 for Miles, let's boogie.
Let's go, man. Boogie. Let's go, man.
Let's go. That's what
I ultimately want. And I ain't gonna be speaking timid. I'm gonna be speaking. I ain't gonna be speaking timid. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be talking my stuff, because if it was a team with some beaks and feathers, they'd be talking all type of stuff of what they gonna do. So I'll be talking my off, man, if we get it my house.
I know you probably not gonna be doing the super show no more. Cause I know you probably not gonna be able to do that no more. But I wish you was, because if you listen to Brunson and you listen to they taking stuff away from Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, you know, he gonna be Superman. He gonna show improve. You know what I'm saying? And why y'all want Jalen Hurts to do more with less? What we saying that about Dak Prescott, Law? And he talking about I don't want no excuses. Dak Prescott suck. And he's making the same argument that we was making for years when they would do that with Dak. I don't want to hear that from you, Brunson.
Yeah, one thing about tables,
I don't want to hear that.
They do turn, man. Them tables turn all the time, man. So
he is fine, man. I don't understand why y'all fans want to see Jalen Hurts do it with nobody. He's still great. All he does is win. Let's see it now. If all he does is win, I want to see it now when his guys are gone.
Yeah, come on with it, man. But you know, Howie is in a different situation. They on a call now. There's gonna be some news breaking in a few days, but
they're gonna make some moves.
They're gonna make some moves. So we know how they go. We just need to catch up on making moves. You know, everything else is okay, man. But what else you got for the show before I let you go, Famo?
That's it, bro. That's all I have, man.
No doubt, man. Go Cowboys, man. Appreciate you, $100,000.
Go Cowboys.
Yes, indeed. It's $100,000, man. With the plan. You can't tell me nothing if we get Miles. And I know y'all talking about a long tooth. The dude just had 23 sacks. You add all of our sacks together last year, I don't think it equates 23 by itself. So, yeah, man, give me Miles, man. And Max, he had 10 sacks, INT last year, and over 80 solo tackles or something like that, whatever his stats were, with the conditions of his leg being hurt or what have you. And I'm only stretching it out. He may be ready week 1. It's not like he had an ACL or anything. He had cleanup surgery, so he may be ready week 1. I'm just saying in general. We can sit around and talk about these players. I know to a degree we've been all conditioned. I can hear miniature Jerry Jones in y'all. Yeah, I can hear him too. I can hear Jerry Jones through y'all chats in the chat log. You know, y'all sitting there saying, boy, we need these draft picks. I can hear y'all. Show me anybody that's still from the 2021 draft class here. Name me the guys that's from the 2023 draft class that's here. You know, and 2022 is getting razor blade thin too. So, look, F them picks, man. I got from the 305. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
Man, you know Jerry Jones ain't finna be doing all that trading, Law.
I know.
How you doing, Big Law? How you doing, Big
Man, I'm doing good, man. Been a while, man. Been a minute. You good? You okay?
No, all is well, man. God is good, man. You know, looking at this sunshine state over here, man. Just chilling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been hearing y'all, man. The Max Crosby thing it's a good thing, right? But you gotta understand, right? We running a 3-4 now, Law. So what you putting Max at in this 3-4 defense?
OLB, man, outside linebacker, bro.
Outside linebacker, right?
Outside, make him get upfield. And they look, when Parker first got here, he said we're going to play to the player strength, right? And we're going to be multiple front. Now, all of a sudden, we're not multiple front. Now it's just 3-4 straight up. I get that. But at the end of the day, if he is any worth of the grain of salt that he's here for, you mean to tell me that he won't be able to learn to know how to use Max Crosby? You know, like he wouldn't know what to put or place Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett plays on an even front. Come on, man. They're going to have to figure out ways, bro. Good talk to me.
No, absolutely right. Not to cut you off, Law. I'm just saying, you think at this day and age that Max is going to be able to stand up in a 3-4 because I'm looking at the 3-4. Now they run the base 3-4 because at first, like you said, they said they was going to run multiple fronts, which was like,
right.
I don't know how y'all guys going to run multiple fronts when we came in the season with no linebackers, and now we're going to need multiple linebackers because we're running the 3-4. So I'm just saying, we just put ourselves in a pickle again with this defense because now we're running the 3-4 and we didn't have no linebackers to begin with.
We still need linebackers. You're right. That's why Brooks is a piece. I don't know if the other guy, Bobby Okorike, I don't know if he's available. There's some other guys that could probably fit right on in. I think his name was Sagier or something like that. But those are guys like after the draft, right? If we fool around and get an Anthony Hill or Rodriguez or to a degree Josiah, if Sonny Styles falls to us, now we can still work some stuff out, right? Just going back at the history of what the Cowboys tend to do. Overshown probably fight for being an inside linebacker with the green dot. I don't know. Or they're going to put him on the outside and have him blitzing and coming towards the quarterback. But it is going to be a situation that the Cowboys will figure it out, hopefully.
And then this is another thing, Law. I'm sorry. I know you got callers calling in, so I'm trying to get all my points crossed. This is another thing, right? We traded for Quentin Williams. Once again, we turned into a 3-4. Now you have a Quentin Williams with he's going to play DN, and the 3-4 DN, all he's doing is running about the run, really. And now you're not utilizing what you bought him here for. So I feel like now the picks that you got him for is in vain, Law.
Don't look at it that way, bro.
I think it's in vain, Law, because even though these are pros, right? Don't get me wrong. They can play whatever. Don't get me wrong. Now these are pros. They can go to the 3-4. They can go. Yeah, it's no rocket science, right? But I'm saying I just feel like you could. I just feel like you kind of overstepped when you saying you're going back, when you're going to change the defense with a 3-4, when you were drafting the last 3 years off of getting small linebackers because your coordinator before wanted strong safeties at his, linebackers, all that mixture. Now you got to throw everything. Like you said it before. We come and we don't add on. We're replacing. And it's like we're starting over year after year, Law.
Yeah.
It feel like it's starting all over. And I'm not trying to, come on here and call and be the party pooper.
No. We love the contrarians, man. We need the contrarians. We need people. If we all agree, man, and then what we doing, man? That's what I want people to do. I want people to disagree with me, right? Like we all this. This is the. Let me just say this real talk, bro. We come to this society now that when we disagree, he must have beef with X, Y, and Z. People literally think that I got beef now with Brian Broaders or Vach or Sky or Foots or Koye or my guy Boss Show Me. You know what I'm saying? Or Big Game James. Because if we may have a difference of opinion, right? No, that's not the case. And this is not the type or kind of caliber of show for me to set your bitch ass up. You know what I'm saying? If I disagree with you, and I ain't taking no shots at AOC, but that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? To people that's in the chat.
Yeah.
Like, just because people disagree doesn't mean that I have to be vulgar or I have to come at you and attack you, right? That's just for what it is. Like, this is the whole point. Like, I really disagree with us building through the draft. I really think that we wasted many of years collecting all of these draft picks and they never get a chance to be out there on the field, right? So I just look at it from that aspect. But so many people tend to look at disagreements like I'm supposed to be mad at you, bro. Nah, spit your case, man. Come on with it.
No, I agree. I agree with some of the callers with getting veteran players, but comes with veteran players, comes with veteran salary, and unfortunately we have the cheapest owner in the league, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So we come with veteran players, come with veteran salaries. Me, honestly, going back to the draft, Law, I know it might not be sexy, and I know you don't want to hear this, but if we can't get out this 12th pick, which I think we should try to go back a little bit, because I don't think Downs or Styles going to be there. And believe it or not, if Giants be able to get both of those guys, it's going to be a tough couple of years going. The next 5 years going to be tough for that defense.
Right.
Playing that defense. But me, Law, I know it's not going to be a sexy pick. I know nobody want to hear this, but I'm not going into the league year with T.J. Bass at left guard. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not going in the league with T.J. Bass at left guard. So with the 12th pick, if we cannot move out of it, I know you don't want to hear this, but believe it or not, go get the offensive lineman for Penn State. He's the best guard. You plug him in right then and there. You put Tyler Smith back at left tackle. I heard Tyler Smith don't want to go back at tackle.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they probably won't be able to pick a guard. But if he's willing back to go at left tackle, then I'm picking the guard. And then I'm putting Guyton back at right tackle where his original spot was in college.
What you gonna do with all of that money that you just put in on Steele, right? They extended Steele. They gave him some money.
I thought Steele took a pay cut, if I'm not mistaken. No,
man, I thought that they put more money on the contract and extended him. I don't know if he took a cut, but they, from what I've heard, that they love Steele. Steele is a valuable piece in their mind, so they don't feel the same way fans feel about Steele.
Well, Steele last year, and he was a problem last year, and then you going in the league with T.J. Bass, who was a rotating backup guard.
I mean, the offensive line as of present day is Tyler Guyton, and then of course you're going to have BB, and then Tyler, and then it's going to be Steele. So that's not going to change. Now your swing guard. Your swing tackle is going to be Nate Thomas, and your swing guard is Bass. I think that's a healthy offensive line. We can't have all pros at every spot.
No, they got Tyler Smith if you look at the depth chart now, they got Tyler Bass as left guard.
No, that's just old. That's just an old. Okay, they says Steele did take a pay cut, but they value Steele. They ain't trying to get rid of him. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Steele took a pay cut took a pay cut this year because I thought they was going to get rid of Steele, man. But they was going to try to get rid of Steele, even though they value him. Of course, they probably value him, but he took a pay cut for a reason. Ain't nobody taking no pay cut in the NFL, so he took a pay cut for a reason.
Yeah,
you know
and that's the reason why they're going to hold on to him. You know, the whole reason they're going to hold on to him.
True indeed, but if you, I mean, at that trust spot, I'm not picking a receiver.
If you got a veteran older quarterback and you trying to win now, what sense will it make to double up at offensive line right now? Like how can you sell that? How can you sell that to the fan base?
You're trying to keep your quarterback for the next 5 years.
How you going to draft the guy in the first round that's going to be sitting on the bench?
How he's going to be sitting on the bench, Law?
Who you benching? Who you benching?
You're going in the league year with T.J. Bass as left guard. That what
No. Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, and still, who you drafting? Who you going to bench?
Listen, Guyton's been a problem since he got in the league. This is going to be his third year.
He's going to his third season. So if they already feeling froggy with Tyler Guyton, it's best you better trade him now then instead of holding on to him if you feel as though he's not going to play.
Me personally, I will put him to the right side. Me personally, if you talking about
now, you wasted 2 years of developing. You wasted 2 years of developing him on the left side. So how you can explain that by burning the first round, another first round draft pick, huh?
That's why you switching now. Me personally, that's why you switching now, Law. That's why you switching now.
And then you say, okay, you took less money, but we still paying him premium. He's still getting paid premium money. He's getting paid starter money. I'm talking about still. Terrence still getting paid starter money to be on the bench. See, somebody gonna have to get traded.
No, that would cause too much number. This is what I'm saying. So if you putting Guyton back to the right side, right? Him and Steele battling out. If Steele beat him out, okay, you have nothing in Guyton. Now it's like, okay, that was a first round race pick. We done wasted plenty first round picks before.
Bro, I get that. But hear me out. What? Don't you know what you sounding like though? You complaining about no socks or the shoelaces, but your shoes got holes at the bottom of it. That's the defense. You can't be trying to buy new shoelaces when you got to get some new shoes. You got to get some new soles on that thing. So fixing anything and looking at this offense that way, you still got all of that disaster with your defense. You don't have that luxury. That's luxury things that you're talking.
Yeah, but Law, Law, listen, your defense is already messed up. I know you're trying to put as much picks as possible.
Right.
You're going into the year with a guy who never did play calling before. He's a new defensive coordinator. You don't know what he likes. You don't know what he likes. He's coming in and leading.
So with your first pick, you go offensive lineman?
Your offensive line is not tight as you think it is. Like, didn't you just say we had a problem with Guyton and Steele? And now you're gonna have a hole at guard and Guyton and Steele is questionable and Steele just took a pay cut? So how you telling me your offensive line is set? How you telling me your offense is set?
Because their problems don't amount to the issues that you have on defense right now. You know what I'm saying? You still don't know who Carson's is right now. You got a guy named Siobhan Revel that played all last year with half of a leg. You still got to depend on that. On top of that, you got Bland coming back with a half of a foot. You still got issues. You got Malik Hooker, who's on his last year. He's 30, right? So your defense got more holes, and we still don't know who our linebackers are. So by you trying to, I don't know, bro. It's like you trying to donate to Bill Gates on offense, right?
No.
Look. You can't sit back and say, okay, Bill Gates, you having money problem. Let me send you some money. No, send it to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. 305. I feel you, fam. I feel you, 305. I feel you. What?
You think I'm double dipping when I'm not double lip dipping. You said because you feel like Terrence still going to be on the bench. What I'm trying to tell you, okay, you still got Nate Thomas as your swing, right? Remember, it's the off season. People get hurt. Now you have Terrence still on the chopping block. Well, hey, we got an offensive tackle here. We don't really need. Whoever get hurt in the off season gonna be calling you up for a tackle. So that's a valuable pick right there. You can get a third or a fourth for Steele. You're not gonna get no first or second. So you have some type of
They
segue right
they
there.
love Steele, bro, and Steele loved them, and that's why he took that pay cut because he want to be here. They are not talking about putting him on the bench.
No, I totally understand. So that's why my theory won't even work anyway, because you said they love Steele.
They
so
love him.
My
Yeah,
theory
yeah.
won't even work anyway. But me going into with TJ Bass at that guard, let's believe. Well, it's not going to be a guard because they said Tyler Guy is still at that tackle.
Yeah.
How I'm looking at the roster, how they had it right now. I'm looking at the roster, the depth chart now, how they had it right now. They had TJ Bass at guard. So that's why I was like going into the season with Bass at guard when it made no sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but man.
But with the picks, we stuck in the pickle. With the 12th pick, you get best player available, whether defense or offense. I want to get a receiver. I wouldn't get a receiver. I think you're gonna mess up the locker room with Pickens there trying to get a contract. He knew you done drafted a receiver. I wouldn't do that. I think that would kind of mess up the locker room with that guy there. Then you bring it back, Ryan. You losing. What's up with Ryan? Like you don't believe in him as the third receiver?
Man, you talking about Ryan Flournoy?
Flournoy, yeah.
Break that down,
You don't
like
believe him as the third receiver?
far as what, like just in general, or far as drafting,
No,
like
as the slot, because I think he had a good year last year, especially coming on as later in the season. I think he had a good year last year.
Yeah.
You're not confident in him coming in the league year as the third receiver?
I'm always looking to improve at that spot. Yeah, I think Flournoy, he did great at that spot, but that spot is open for competition. I'm not finna rest on what he did with a spoonful of games last year when people had no tape on him. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna still look to get quality improvement or within the confines of this team. Ryan Flournoy, I like what he can do. He's still a dog, but the main thing is the Cowboys better figure out George Pickens' situation. I'm still trying to focus on CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens to be my two primary wide receivers. Everyone else is ancillary. Everyone else is just extras that's going to be in the movie. The showtime is with CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. Whether it's Flournoy, Kevontae Turpin, to a degree Holden, or whoever else that the Cowboys pick up, those are ancillary pieces. I'm not finna talk and get all of my focal points on the ancillaries. Unfortunately, I ain't beating up Flournoy, and Flournoy my guy. He know he is, but I'm just saying.
I like Flournoy. Like I ain't gonna lie, I think they just don't be giving the man a chance. Like it goes back what you said in development. Like how you gonna pick another receiver when you trying to develop the guy you got there? I understand it's competition, but it's like you just knocked him back down again when he had a good productive season later in the season. So you wanna go, increase that, right? You want to give him more snaps. Hey, let's see what you do this year.
Yeah. But when we start talking about our due diligence, right? Flournoy, unfortunately, don't stop you from drafting a Jordan Tyson. It doesn't stop you from drafting a Tate if he's there. It doesn't stop you from drafting a Lemon. You get what I'm saying? That's his name. It's kind of feeling weird. Yeah. Just like,
especially when you know Pickett's not coming back next year.
Right. That's the same conversation that all of these off-season move with Kobe Durant to Jalen Thompson to PJ Locke, that doesn't stop you from drafting a Caleb Downs. That doesn't stop you from looking at a Dylan Thieneman. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Basically, there's no shade at them boys, but it is reality. Is that the Cowboys, since they build through the draft, they're gonna still look at those draft picks as guys that they can bring in.
Nah, I hear you, Law. I hear you.
Well, what else you got for me, man, on this show?
Nah, that's it, man. I love my team, man. I just, every year, man, I go into the draft year, and it's just, I hate going into the draft year not being a champion. It's always rebuilding this team, man. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But, it is what it is, man. Thank you for always taking my call, Law, man. Thank you, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. This from the 305. Don't need to know his name. I just call him 305. He's Miami guy, man. So if I'm ever in the 305 area, I'm gonna hit him up. According to head coach Hootenheimer, Jadon Blue needs the new cleats. Yeah, Hootenheimer need to make sure. Schottenheimer, Hootenheimer. You better get these guys going. Camo says the Cowboys push guys up their depth chart. Yeah, need to get guys to push them. Yeah. Nobody's position safe, right? That should be always the case. But I get it. Somebody was in the chat said, if Fano's there, 12, you get him. I get it. If Francis there, you get him too. But you got to measure. One must count the cost before they build the house. It's for what it is. I got from the 206, you in the mix, MJ, you're live. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Yes, indeed. What's good?
Oh, yeah, I was listening to y'all conversation. But, I ain't worried about Flo. Flo going to be good. But like you say, they're going to drop the number of receivers. Because there's some receivers on there that's coming out 6'3", 6'4".
Right.
They dangerous. So that's going to be one. They're going to drop another receiver. And two, I'd rather replace the tight end. Let's call Pittsburgh, trade Shoemaker in the fifth for one of them linebackers out of Pittsburgh. If you can't get Garrett, or if Cleveland don't want to trade, or I don't know, they might not. The Minnesota guy want too much money, so they might not do him. And the other linebacker, there's a lot of linebackers that's on the trading blocks.
Yeah.
But for the Cowboys, like I say, you got to understand, the Cowboys ain't getting pimped. Especially with Steven. If Steven get a deal and you comply, then he'll go for you. But if you try to come over there acting like you Garrett, he don't want them players that be acting like they Garrett. Now he'll do the deal for Garrett. If Cleveland is willing to trade Garrett, yeah, I'll give up that 1 or 2, or give him a 1 this year, 1 next year. I'll give him 3 ones, back to back. Because I won't care. Because Garrett will be playing till he's about 36, 37, 38, and still be getting 10 to 12, 15 sacks. He's a dog. That's the guy I'll trade for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to trade in the draft. I'm not going to give up my 2 twos to go get some linebackers that might just get 2 or 3 sacks. Then, the guy y'all talking about from Texas A&M, what's that? Is that the guy from Texas Tech?
Jacob Rodriguez.
No. Not the linebacker's cool. They're going to get one of them linebackers. I'm talking
Bailey.
about the DNs.
David Bailey.
Bailey. Yeah. I'm not giving them no 2s for him. You crazy as hell.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. And none of them dudes I'm giving that for. None of them. But now, if I know I'm going to get a if I move up and get a good player, that to all you fans that think they're good, I'm going to mark it down, because all you fans and you podcasters is bragging on these top 6 guys. So I'm going to mark that on my calendar, and I'm going to come on my show, and he hit over 2 sacks, I'm tearing you up, Lord. I'm going to destroy all y'all.
You going to tear me up, man? On who?
On any one of them.
On any who? Now, on who? What we talking about? You got to give me some context, man. What you got going?
The top 6 people y'all talking about. Now, Reese, I love Reese. He'll be playing middle linebacker. So I don't mind him, Reese. Now, I think the other Ohio State linebacker, he'll be good too. But
you talking about Styles?
Styles will be good too. Any linebacker we get for that middle going to be good, because they got to worry about our 2D tackles.
What you going to get me on, though, is what I'm trying to lament. Is like what you trying to get me on. Like, I'm trying to understand.
Not only, look, you reasonable, but on the other stations, they've been bragging on these guys like they're Garrett. They're not him, none of them. You know what I'm saying? That's all they talk about. Oh, these good. It's going to change the game. No. Only person going to change the game is big number 95 from Cleveland. And then the other guy, if you do get your boy from Oakland, he could play a 3-4 and he could play a 4-2. Because they're going to go 4-2 sometime. Listen, take down notes. They're going to play 4-2 a lot. And they're going to go 3-4 a lot. And I said it, Law. My boy going to have 12 to 13 sacks. I want a shirt, Law.
Oh, okay. You talking about Rashawn Gary?
Yeah,
yeah.
When he was with Green Bay, and Green Bay changed the scheme to make Michael Parsons look good because they paid $47 million for him. You see him little long.
All right, man. In closing, though.
Everybody got to do their homework, bro. The Cowboys gonna be just fine. I just wait for this draft. You know, they're going to drop the receiver again. But I would love to get that tight end from Oregon. Now, that's where I'd try Shoemaker or you trade 87. I love the Oregon tight end. That's the, you know what I'm saying? And the corners, and like you say, Lord, we do need another corner just to make sure, and we'll be okay. Because the defense is going to be ready. Hey, Lord, remember I said, write it down. We'll be a top 10 defense. And Gary will have 10 to 13 sacks. Period. Okay. Mark that down on everybody. Mark that. Then y'all, if we don't get you, come back and y'all can kick my butt. Write it down.
Okay.
Salute all about Law Nation and fans. Tell the truth. Keep it real. Stop making up stuff. Salute.
Salute. All right, so we're gonna be all right. So what I'm gonna owe you again? Rashawn Gary gonna have 13 sacks, and the Cowboys gonna have a top 5 defense. And I owe you a Rashawn Gary jersey, and maybe $500. I don't know, man. That's my guy FJ, man. Oh my gosh, man. Last but not least, man, I got from the 513 Marcus, man. You live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, all is well. Can't complain, man.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, man. Sometimes when we level up, we gotta let go of some things and move into a new space. And my friend, you have leveled up, and I see you. So keep doing what you do and just let everyone be who they're gonna be. Mm-hmm. You're doing the right things, and we appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, my dog. Appreciate you for
that. No
that.
doubt. As far as the boys, I'm feeling really good about them still. One reason why I'm feeling really good about this team, and it's something that we may have talked about a little bit because it's CP, but we have a way better coaching staff than we've had in a long time. Like, we finally have a well-rounded coaching staff. Offense, defense, position groups. And now we're finally filling in the spaces that we need. And I know we need pass rushers, but I want to also give the perspective out there to everyone. And we're going to get pass rushers. There's plenty in the early couple rounds. Give you the perspective, though, that we have 2 of the best pass rushing interior linemen in the whole entire NFL, stabilizing our defensive line. So we add pieces around that. They're going to be benefiting from what we have in the middle of our defensive line. So keep in mind of that. When we draft whoever, we add in whatever pass rusher we add, we also have Quinnen Williams. We have Kenny Clark in the middle to add to that as well. So it's not like we're going to be, drafting a Messidor or a Falk or whoever in the first round and then toss them in there and they have to be the star of the defense. No, they're going to be tossed in there, and they're going to have Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and whoever else added along with that. So, I mean, we're in really good shape when you think about that as the anchor and the stable of our defense. And, man, there's a lot of middle linebackers in that 2nd to 3rd round that we can grab. I was looking at Kyle Lewis. What do you think of Kyle Lewis out of Pittsburgh?
I think he'll be a good mid-round linebacker, somebody that can really fit right on in. We need an interior guy and that can play a little bit on the edge. Cal Lewis can be that. I like his tape. I think he'd fit right on there.
I would like if we got a rookie, especially like a Rodriguez or an Allen or a Hill, but then we also still go get a Jones from the Dolphins. So then we have that stabilized veteran presence, and we're not fully depending on an injured Overshown and a unproven rookie. I feel like we're kind of going to be putting ourselves in some really shaky waters if we go into the season with Overshown and a rookie at middle linebacker. Because, if Overshown gets hurt, which, knock on wood, it's kind of a high probability at this point. I mean, holy smokes, man, what are we going to do then? So I feel like we really do need to go get that veteran presence to anchor the middle. But other than that, man, I'll just close out there, and I'll talk to you again soon, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man, and keep up the great work that you're doing as well. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. How about them boys?
How about it, man? He was the last caller, man. Appreciate him for all that he is able to do. Cowboys, the marathon show, boy, I done did about 3 shows in one. Jeez. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting and jumping in and tuning in to this. Even though we have difference of opinions, we have difference of belief systems. The name of the game is basically let's get better than what we were yesterday. Let's get better than what we were 2 weeks ago. Let's get better than what we were last year. Okay? All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time that I have for this moment. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. I got some other things that I would like to pull up, but that's just going to extend the show, right? I know y'all ready to go. Shout out to Sean Harris. Shout out to Donald. Shout out to NJ. I see you. Appreciate you. Thrasher. Appreciate you. And Thriller. Man, appreciate you, fam. AJ. Appreciate you. Kenyon. Sadiq Charles. All of the Sadiqs. Who else? Aztec Aguilar. I appreciate you. Bama boy. Roll Tide. Marcus, appreciate you. He's got the meditation voice. The meditations of the heart, soul, and sinew. The reverence of your mind. Rick Close, I see you, fam. This team. Shout out to MJ, too. Boy, if I left out anyone, charge it to this beer. We got a draft party on Thursday night. It's going to be at Roller Town. We're going to have Travis Frederick, the beer, in the building. We're going to have a few other things, a few other activations at Roller Town. Shout out to Haymaker. We're going to try to have some fun. Keep in mind, I'm saying this strongly. There's no beef on different beliefs. Every year we get around this time, people take strongholds on grounds on who the Cowboys should draft. Last year, we had people fighting. The Cowboys should take Matthew Golden. We had people fighting. Cowboys should take Tyler Booker. Oh, man, we don't need a Tyler and a Booker. We don't need another Tyler. Some people saying, Ibuka! Let's go get Ibuka in them. And there was a few saying, hey, man, if Tate there, man, he's going to be great. Then there was a few that said Tate can't get off his jams. He can't get off of his releases. And Tate was probably one of the better wide receivers, him and Ibuka last year. And a lot of people that was talking all of that stuff about Matthew Golden, look how quiet they are now. You can't even find them. And a lot of you guys were echoing the same thing about Matthew Golden. That doesn't mean that they're wrong, by the way. Normally it takes 3 years. Lakers in 5, baby. Yeah. So let's not get all mad and angry and upset at draft picks. Let's see what these teams can do now. with Cowboys CP, Marcus Dixon, BT Jordan, Ryan Smith, and the other guys that's going to be on defense now. We can't talk about Matt Eberflus now. He's gone. But if there's one thing a man should always do is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view, unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown and when keeping. Oh, just keep it at a moderate tone. Raise voices, turn those hearts into stone. You see in the beginning, it was brother, I'll ride with brother. Roll with brothers. The morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter their heart, to seek to rip them apart. Those men you should never call a friend because they bend the lies around the truth to meet their end. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Tell them run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
At Osa Adighi Azua Foundation, this is for single parents, and he's doing a great job. But I got a special guest right to the left of me, and I'm telling you, his name is Brandon Laurie. If you ever need information, especially about the Cowboys, find him on Twitter or as they call it, X app.
Yeah.
But that's all I can say for right now. Let people know. Give them a formal, proper introduction, man, to the audience right now.
I appreciate it. Yep, yeah. On social media, I call myself a Cowboys savant for anything, and I have. People would think that I absolutely have no time on my hands, or all the time on my hands to do absolutely nothing but just look at Cowboys content. But you know what? I love it. I grew up a Cowboys fan, and that has now led into a career of journalism and media, and then of course doing all the stuff with Blogging the Boys. And I kind of found my little market of just looking at all Cowboys content. Just finding anything related to the Cowboys, whether it was Zeke Elliott running videos.
Come on.
That was my first thing. And then anything that the coaches talk about, anything that the players do. I like keeping people informed because I would want to see that type of content too. But hey, I've learned from the best. I've learned from the best.
And remember, you're listening. But neither here nor there. I just want to say, man, you're doing a great job. Not a good job. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate that.
And you're my source of information and inspiration because you provide everything and anything. If it's BT Jordan working out with a player, if it's a new sign and somebody wants to find a clip or a video, I go to Brandon Laurie page and it just shows everything about said player, what they're going to do, what system or scheme will fit, and then it gives more context to the reason why.
Well, and that's the thing. To your point, it's like you have to turn over every stone, look under every rock for anything that you can find that just can give a little bit of insight to what the Cowboys are up to. And there's a lot of things that kind of you see on social media, especially with how online and plugged in players are nowadays. It's just the content is out there, so you just got to find it. And the biggest thing for me is, like, again, these are the things that I would want to see. I'm not going to post anything that I would not want to be informed about.
Facts.
But you know what, though? Like I said, I appreciate, because to me, I mean, now it's a very exciting time of year. The NFL draft is coming up, and anything that you can find about the prospects meeting with the Cowboys players. I remember Blake Corum, he was working out with Cowboys shorts on. And to me, I was like, boom, there's the star right there.
There we go.
And we got to find it and figure out a way to kind of capitalize on that. But, yeah, I just I enjoy it. I love everything Cowboys, and if I can give that back to the fans and just a small part. There's a much larger content creator pool out there that I absolutely love being a part of, and you're the patriarch of that. I like to think so.
Man, I appreciate those flowers, man. I'm going to plant them somewhere, and they're going to watch them grow. But with that being said, you know, we are here at the Osa Odighizuwa Foundation. You flew in, and can you let people know, like, what you got going on with this and what things that you have been doing to help alleviate some things and help things grow?
Absolutely. The Odighizuwa Foundation to me is very near and dear because it supports single parents. And for my brothers and I am a triplet. I know that hasn't kind of come out really ever, but 3 boys. And when my parents divorced at a young age, they both raised us separately by themselves for a majority of our lives. So when I saw that this is something that Osa was promoting, it's near and dear to his heart. To me, I felt like I needed to be a part of that. And I'm a proud owner of a jewelry store, Bentley's Fine Jewelers up in New Jersey. If anybody needs anything, just let me know. But I was able to donate a piece for the foundation to help raise a lot of money and funds to support the single parents out there.
They made you a custom present, a gift for all the work that you do. This is from Brandon. Yes. In his jewelry shop. Got you the Bust Down Odighizuwa Foundation logo.
So we flew in from New Jersey last night, my beautiful wife and I, and we're just here to hang out and have a great time and support a really good cause.
I'm trying to get him to move to Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. But he got a jewelry store, and hey, I don't want to keep you long because I'm seeing that they're letting people go down and sit at their tables. What are we going to do this year before we go with CP or Christian Parker and all of the things that they got going?
I'm very excited about the Cowboys defense. When you look at the hires that they made on the coaching staff, the biggest thing for me when Brian Schottenheimer is brought into the Cowboys is that he has this Rolodex. I call it the Brian Schottenheimer notebook of coaches and people that he knows within the industry that he was able to pull just a list of names from. And when you look at somebody like CP who's rising in the ranks of the coaching world, to me it's a perfect fit for what the Cowboys need. It's knowledge, it's smarts, it's about how the brain works. That's the biggest thing of what we heard about. And to me, it's just Christian Parker is going to make these guys smarter. Not that they weren't before, but it's just going to elevate their football intelligence. And to me, that's going to translate to the football field. And all we need is just a above average defense. We know what the offense is going to do, but all we need is above average, and I think we're going to exceed that. So we're not going to have Christian Parker for very long. It's going to be for probably this year and maybe next year. But that's the thing is he mentioned too at the NFL Combine he believes the next defensive coordinator is already on this staff. So again, just keeps building the pool of coaches, and that's all credit to Schottenheimer too for finding these guys.
Most certainly, shout out to Schottenheimer. He is in the building too, so that shows that hey, coaches do care about the players, even if they are with the team or they gone on to another team. They still show support. Hey, that's Brandon Laurie. I'm Law Nation. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We're not finna mention Super Bowl nor Super Plate nor Super Fork, but we will mention that this team will be better than what they were last year. Let's go. Absolutely. Let's get it. Peace. The sounds of soft souls, hits, oldies, brought to you by Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. And remember,
Dread it.
It's my turn.
Run from it.
You
Destiny
have to
arrives all
be
the
your
same.
biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who